Hi, I'm Yasmin City Arts, a middle grade book illustrator, helping you with your art journey by showing you mine. And today we're going to go over my sketchbook tour. So I figured I'd show you all of the illustrations that I have, not all. We don't have that kind of time, but a few of the sketches that I have in my iPad. I draw digitally rather than traditionally, so I figured that I would show you my thought process for some of the illustrations that I have, some of the stories that I have for them, go over any thoughts that I might have. I also have an idea about keeping a digital sketchbook for those people using Procreate. Stay tuned until the end of the video for that tip. And with that, let's get started. So I've organized my files into different kinds of grouping of files to stay organized. However, I'm not quite sure how well I achieved that so far. We're going to explore character for the most part. The first three illustrations are templates for book jackets, so we're not going to look about those. So we're going to start over here, and the first illustration that we have, which is a doodle request on my stream on Twitch. So that was the first one. It's not finished right now. It still has to go through various processing. But it took me a while to figure out how Spyro is supposed to look as a character. So that was the first one. Then next one is a self-portrait as myself as a Muppet. I felt like drawing just a regular self-portrait kind of wasn't quite enough. And then I realized also too that we don't have many chances to draw Muppets. I feel like I want to draw more of them in the future. Anyways, this is the part of 3 that has this illustration of my mermaid character underwater using deco punk themes. And I really liked how the first one turned out, and then I started to draw the second one, which is here. And then the third illustration, which is more like a person that's from land that came down to underwater using the Art Deco themes. Very shiny. This was planning on being the 4th character, but due to some circumstances, I decided to leave it behind. So it's unfinished right now. It has no background currently. Next is an illustration that I'm particularly proud of. I started to draw mermaids and then was particularly interested to draw more. So I decided to draw what if we had a different mermaid. I like the idea that she was kind of experimented on, put in captivity, and developed powers rather than she had powers. And I kind of really like how the detail of the top and the casing worked out and the wires up top. The S-curve turned out particularly well, and I really liked how her hair turned out. And I feel like I want to keep more of this kind of style in the future. Next, this is continuing with the deco punk influence. It's more Art Deco. It was going to be made into a poster of some kind. However, I didn't like how the background was working, and I wanted to see if I could use this in some kind of other different theme, and so I decided to kind of pause while I wondered what to kind of do with the character. Then I drew this theme of a more kind of combative Cupid character that I did around Valentine's Day. Here I was drawing just a simple mushroom girl. This is also an exploration about different kind of posing and what I want for anatomy, if I want more of a realistic style in terms of the elbows and the knees and the joints, or if I want more rubber hose type of animation style. This is an example of the more kind of rubber hose, not fully into it, but more kind of leaning towards more on the spectrum towards rubber hose. And I did cereal breakfast characters of waffles and pancakes dancing together. Here we are. I didn't end up liking this one, even though he is incredibly cute. I think I would change the color of the butterfly. There's something about him that I'm not quite happy with, that I have to think about how I was going to fix up in the future. But I might turn this guy into a sticker and it says something like very dapper or something to that effect. Then this illustration I was particularly very happy with, a pirate snail. Okay, and then so I was saying, okay, what could this shell double for? And so I decided to say, okay, he's a snail and his shell is a cannon. And as I was trying to draw I started to draw kind of smoke, and then I said, okay, pirates, let's have more detail of pirates. And so I turned the smoke into skull and crossbones, and I particularly enjoyed how that looked. And then I drew the various cannonballs everywhere. I particularly liked how I made the light sources in the black over here to show where the light source was coming from. So, for those people that stuck until the end and want more of a sketchbook experience, I have a little tip that you can go into the Actions tab and go and turn on Page Assist, and you'll see the Page Assist at the bottom, and then every new page can be a new page in the sketchbook. So if I was just going to draw just a simple face like that, and then I can toggle between, and now I have a new page that I can use, and each individual file is on the same canvas. So I hope that helps. So thank you for following along today. I hope you enjoyed the quick glimpse into my art files. Tune in next time. I'll be back next week Friday with another video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and remember, a small step can be a big leap forward.